Good morning for AM 1340 WGRV. I'm Reid Seals, and I'm here for our monthly interview with Greene County Mayor David Crum. How are you doing this morning, Mayor?
Good. Good morning, Reid. Good morning, Greene County.
Well, let's go ahead and get into our questions. What is the next step now that the EMS wage study is over?
Well, I think this has let us know what we already knew, really, that we're going to have to look at the sometimes it's good, I think, having an outsider kind of take a look at things, but we know we probably need to really evaluate those wages. People are just not going into the field as much, and it's going to be harder and harder to entice them to come to Greene County to work. I mean, if you're from here and want to live here and work here is one thing, but just the general field that's going into that is concerning that we're going to have to look at that. And I know one of the questions the commissioner said, well, we typically don't pay that well in Greene County anyway, and I know that's probably accurate when you compare wages, but we can fill most jobs. If you're having trouble filling a job, you've got to look and evaluate, is it the job, is it what's going on there that you've got to evaluate. And I think most of the consensus on this is a little bit is wages. So it won't be something done. It'll be evaluated, discussed, talked about, but this is mid-year. That'll be one of those budget questions that'll come up in that discussion.
Now, staying on the same theme, I know this was taken off of the commission agenda the other day, but how will the restricted fund balance help EMS if it does pass around budget season?
Well, that's they've always felt that we've taken advantage of EMS, that if they turned a profit, made some money, that it went in to just help the general fund. Well, you have to be careful. There's government isn't in the business of selling something that you can make money on. We're in business pretty much of providing services, but they provide a service that you can charge for. But what the concept was, and most that I've talked to, is that, okay, let's not take advantage of that. Let's look at, what they make above maybe what is budgeted and what should go to help with some other functions like our attorney or payroll and all those that maybe go to help take care of that. Then maybe we need to put it in a restricted account so that if they've got a big need that comes up, they need about 2 ambulances a year. That's probably going to have to come back. Last year we actually budgeted for those. This year we didn't. We pulled that out, so they're going to have to come back and ask, and that'll come out of general fund. But if they kind of get some of that back so that if they have a capital projects, not salaries, not recurring expenses, but some need that they might have a little bit extra in the back there that they could get some things.
Now, I actually got a call about this month, someone inquiring about this. How is the shooting range progressing?
We've actually, how many times have I said we can't find anybody to work down there? Well, we've got a guy that's breaking it down, that's looking at it, and my guess is he probably will have the sheetrock done by the end of next week. He's done electrical work for years, and so he can do some things. So we'll break that up, maybe look at painters and other people to get that. So we're moving along. Of course, you're hitting the time of year that it's kind of, the weather and stuff, but a lot of it is inside. So we're moving along. I hate to put a date on that thing because it seems like it's been a 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But we really are making some progress right now on it. I guess if I was forced to put a date, I'd say, okay, let's put a point out there and say July 1, and I know that's a long ways off, but that's a new budget year that we could put in, and if we get everything finished and the bugs worked out and everything, I'd rather look at the worst case and then us maybe be able to do some things ahead of times, but we're making progress on it now.
Now, there were a couple of Kinser Park things on the agenda last night. What is the status of the Kinser Park joint venture with the city? I know it's supposed to be dissolved, correct?
It is. Okay. It's dissolved. The last step will be, as the town was the fiscal agent, the monies that they had over there in reserve, they'll be transferred over to the county because now we're the fiscal agent for it. And that comes back. We've looked at a lot of these things. The airport's probably the latest is, are they better operational by one organization or the other? And Kinser Park is one that the town wanted out of. I think it's got opportunities for all of our county residents, and it looks good out there. One of the things that came up is to take some of that money that's been turned in that is reserve. Anthony and I have been meeting at different times on some of his vision, things he's got for the park, to upgrade the electrical systems, because some of the campers have just gotten bigger, and to rewire and put in 50 amps in an area there, and kind of move some of the tent camp over a little closer into the tree areas and stuff away from that. And so it's looking good and seems to be going well out there. If there's questions, comments, or things that you'd like to see out at the park that could be improved, give my office a call. And I think what we've got set up now is Anthony and I'll just kind of continue to work together and periodically update the commission and the public on what things are going on out there. Of course, right now it's closed down for the winter season, but it looks good out there. And as I said, I want to thank John Deere for helping out with that. They do a lot of test mowing out there and at other places that really help the area also.
How will the county be represented in choosing recipients of the tax increment financing in the downtown redevelopment plan?
You're way ahead of what I can answer on that, Reed. I hate to say it. I know the town's probably, and Todd Smith has probably been much more actively on the front end of that, and the group they've had to come in that I think you probably met with them. I went down there one day and on what are some of the goals and things that we want to look at downtown, and how can we excuse me.
Bless you.
How we can kind of facilitate that. So at this point, I don't have a real answer on how application process and everything will really go, but we probably need to, as we learn that, bring it back up and kind of keep the public involved as we get past that point, because we mentioned off there a while ago about some of the TIFs and things. It's kind of frustrating. We'll pass them, and then months and things will go by, and you'll find out the project either fell through or just timing and stuff. So this is one of those that, again, we need to periodically update at people, I think, as to what may be going on.
Okay. Yeah, all we know right now is that the Greenville Housing Authority is in charge of the applications.
Yes.
And are you going to be running for mayor again this year?
Well, you're asking me the question that a lot of people have, and
yeah.
I'm not ready to make any announcements.
Okay. Just wondering, since they had the petitions, last Friday.
Petitions are available, and I think the deadline's something about mid-February to turn in petitions. And, I encourage people. Somebody was asking, and I said, that's the great thing about our country, is if you meet the qualifications, you are able to run. So if you have goals, ideas, and things that you think help our county, then I would encourage you to consider that running for whatever office it might be. I always tell people when I leave, and this is something I've said, that it may not always agree with what I've done, but I hope people think that the decisions I've made, that I've looked at, and hopefully they're in the best interest of Greene County, and I've not made decisions that were in my own best interest.
And tell us what's going on in Greene County over the next month.
Well, have you got your calendar handy? Because there's a lot going on in Greene County. Yeah, if you can't find something to do, you're just not looking for it. Of course, we'll meet again before Christmas, that holy time of year that we celebrate the birth of Jesus. But I guess tomorrow will be Thanksgiving. If you want to get up early and walk off some calories, there's a turkey trot here, but also numerous turkey trots, little 5Ks. And I think this one here, a lot of it, and I haven't participated in it, a lot of people really just walk it, that it's a real social time, not so much competitive, the one that'll be over at Greenville High School. But we've got that going on. The Christmas parade will be coming up December 1st, I think. Third. Yeah. Thank you. I was trying to think I'd have to pull out. There's so much. The November 30th, Farm City Banquet. That's always a good event. I don't think they've got a speaker this year.
They're just doing the awards.
Yeah, just doing a little bit different. The Tour of Homes, I believe, is December 10th. There's not a whole lot of tickets available for that. I think that's the Andrew Johnson Women's Club. So if you know a member there, I don't know if they have a number or anything. So
it's on the calendar. It hasn't showed up yet because that's more than
Yeah.
2 weeks out. But I don't think there's a number associated with it.
And we've still got one more football team playing here in Greene County.
Mhm.
Greenville High is playing Friday night.
They
so
are.
they're still. So we want to wish
Marshall,
them.
I think.
Yeah.
So they're playing. Yeah.
We want to wish them much success. It'll be basketball time. Ladies Classic. We'll be together before then, but the basketball tournaments will be kicking off.
We've got a tournament going on this week, actually, the Thanksgiving Classic.
Oh, really?
Greene County Thanksgiving Classic. It'll be on. They had it on Tuesday and Monday, I think, and then they're gonna have it Friday and Saturday.
Is that high school or
High school,
elementary?
yeah.
Okay.
It's all the county schools, not including city schools, just
Okay.
county schools against various schools around the region.
Okay. One other thing, while I'm thinking of it, Reid, I do want to mention it's one of those things that's kind of drug out for a number of years, but we did get reimbursed $93,000. We had thought we might just a tad over that from the tornado funds that were expended then. That was decided by the commission to put that into the capital projects to help that out a little bit. Sorry, spotted squirrel.
That's okay.
But there's just a ton of activities, and we kind of laugh. We were talking. I don't think we'll meet before then, but I guess Star Wars is coming out. Not to be a selfless plug, but we saw.
I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of good movies out, and we're fortunate. We've got a great movie theater here.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, it's really good theater.
I saw the last Star Wars movie that came out there. So.
Yeah. So. There's just a ton of things, but I do encourage people, do be safe in your travels. I mean, Thanksgiving has a lot of people traveling. I've heard people talk about going out of town, family coming in. Do be cautious as you travel. Don't get too sleepy. Take those breaks to get out and walk. Don't get kind of hypnotized or fall asleep as you're driving, and do allow extra time so that you can enjoy the travel a little bit instead of just being stressed out to get there. And wish everyone a safe and happy holiday season during Thanksgiving. And we'll discuss Christmas a little bit more next month, I guess, won't we, Reid?
We will. And I want to thank Greene County Mayor David Crum for joining us today for this interview. And this is AM 1340 WGRV. I'm Reid Seals, and I wish you a happy Thanksgiving.